Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great evening. We're making supper and I have been getting a question probably 150 times today. Maybe not exactly that many, but a lot. And so while I'm making dinner, because I feel like it's the best time to chat with you when my kids are playing and everybody's occupied, I thought I would address something that I feel like a lot of you maybe have gone through or you had questions about. And so first of all, where are you tuning in from? How is your evening? What are you making for dinner? We're having leftovers. If you saw the video that I posted yesterday, I think late last night, we made cauliflower soup and we're having the leftovers of the cauliflower soup and it is delicious. And so if you didn't see the video, go watch it. And then know this, if you double it, well, you didn't even have to double it because I made a 10. We have enough for supper tonight and it warms up so well and tastes phenomenal. I will tell you something super great. My kids asked for shrimp. Anybody like seafood? So where are you tuning in from? What are you making for dinner? I'm warming up our cauliflower soup and my kids asked for shrimp. And you want to know what I'm doing? Brilliant. I made some shrimp. They're just little mini ones. And I'm going to put it in our soup, like the leftover soup. I was like, oh. So I said, okay, we'll just make the shrimp and we'll add it to our soup and it's going to be so yummy. So that's what we're doing to our cauliflower. It tastes like the soup from Olive Garden. So before we were keto, low carb-ish family, actually before my husband and I had kids, we used to go to Olive Garden almost every week and I would binge on noodles and bread. I don't think I've been to Olive Garden for a very, very, very long time, but I loved their Zupa soup. The soup that I made yesterday tastes just like that, except for it has cauliflower and you can't even tell. So for those of you who are like, I hate cauliflower, you can't taste it. And you can add kale to it. I just didn't have any. And I usually add, if you looked at the recipe, I usually add celery and I didn't have any. So make it what you want. It is phenomenal. And I'm adding shrimp tonight. Okay, the reason I wanted to come on here and talk to you is for one reason and one reason only. Let's talk about the scale and how many people jump into this lifestyle or diet, because a lot of you are on the ketogenic diet, and quit too early. I hear it all the time. Oh, I only lasted a week, or I'm sorry. I hear this. I lasted 4 weeks. I got frustrated because I didn't see any weight loss and everybody else was losing pounds, and so I quit. Well, I need to walk you through something. If you're doing a diet, most of the time you're restricting your body from a lot of stuff. If you actually study ketones and the power of ketones and what it does for your body, sometimes your body just needs to relax. Sometimes your body needs to be adjusted. Sometimes, if you're a woman, there are hormones that are involved. And so if you decide to venture on this low carb, keto way of eating, you have to give it time. This is not a fast, sometimes it is. And I feel like if you're a man, like I feel like my dad could drop pop and I feel like he's lost 20 pounds. Like anybody experience this. Men lose weight faster than women, right? For the most part. And so I need you to know something. This isn't about how many pounds that you can lose in a week. For those of you who have messaged me and said, man, I'm down 20 pounds and it's been 6 weeks and I can't lose any more. Celebrate that you lost 20 pounds. That's amazing. How do you feel when you're doing keto? How is your brain focused? This is more than fat loss. How are you feeling overall? So I had a lady message me yesterday and she was super frustrated because she wasn't losing any weight. She was like, man, I feel great. You know, my clothes are fitting differently. My brain is clear, like all this. But she goes, the scale is not moving. I'm ready to quit. And I said, I need you to go back and reread the message that you just told me because ketones are powerful. So you just said you're feeling great. Why are you going to give up? You just said that you had amazing energy for your kids and your clothes are fitting differently, but the scale isn't moving. So here's the deal. If you can relate to this at all, share your story below. Like, how long did it take you? How is the scale working for you? What did you do? Did you get rid of your scale? I tell people, give it to your neighbor, put it in your trunk, take the batteries out. I haven't weighed myself in 2 years. I can tell how my clothes are fitting and I feel great. I can tell because I'm mentally there. I can tell because I have the energy to keep up with my kids. So this is a lifestyle. I hate the word diet. It's got the word die in it. A lifestyle has life. So let's just backtrack a little bit. Even if you're doing low carb, right? Let's say that you decided like, I'm just going to get the soda. I'm just going to get the sugar out. I'm just going to eat better. That's still going to benefit you, right? And so I just want to come on here and encourage you, don't give up after 2, 3, 4 weeks because your story might not be the same as anybody else's. That's okay because you might come back around next year and you're going to have your own story. So I've heard a doctor say this before. At first I thought it was harsh, but it's true. He said, most people want fat loss, right? Most people want to lose 10, 15, 50 pounds, but they forget how long and how many years they ate unhealthy before they got it. So they expect it in weeks, but it took them years to get where they're at. So he had a great phrase. He said, if you want to lose 50 pounds, instead of having it take that long, expect 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, maybe a year to reach that. But in that entire journey, you're going to benefit from a lot of other benefits besides just fat loss. You're going to have great success with your mental clarity. You're going to have great success with your overall, just your discipline. Your kids are watching you. Let's talk about one more thing because I'm super passionate about this as well while I'm making for my food too. So if you're tuning in, where are you from? What are you making for dinner? We're having leftovers. This is something else that I'm passionate about. Oftentimes, people are going, how do you get your kids to eat that way? So, and maybe you've already talked about a diet, or maybe your kids have walked you, like they've seen you yo-yo diet for years and years. Maybe you have to have a conversation with them and say, hey, guess what? I'm doing something new. I'm doing a lifestyle approach. I want you to join me. Because I've also had a lot of messages of people going, you know, I'm feeling great as a mom or a dad, but my kids really need some help. How do I do that? Think about this for a second. If you're a parent and the word diet is constantly in your vocabulary, if you're saying that you're fat, what are your kids learning? Your kids are learning that the way that you're eating is only for you, and that they can't do that. So when they look at your food, they're going, that's diet food. I'm not going to eat that, right? And so if you feel like your kids need help eating better, or you want to make your kids healthier, which I hear a lot of you saying, you have to take the word fat, the bad fat, out of your diet. We talk about eating good fat, but like you looking fat cannot come out of your mouth anymore, especially if you have daughters. Second of all, you cannot talk about your food versus their food, because that gives them a complex. That gives them, like, later on, they're going to be like, well, I got to do a diet now because that's what mom did or that's what dad did. So this is what you want to do. If you've already feel like you've messed up in that area, you're going to sit your kids down and you go, hey, I'm doing a lifestyle approach. There's no more 2 meals. Like, we want to do this together as a family. This is a lifestyle to where we're going to be healthier. We want to be stronger. We want to feel better. We want to be active as a family. And you're going to go, so we're going to try some new things. We're going to try a new vegetable once a week. We're going to try eating something else. We're going to try eliminating some of these foods and go, hey, will you commit this with me? And ask them to do it. Explain while you're doing that, because once kids are smart, they know, like, if mom and dad want me to do this with them, like, I can do it with them. So that's all I wanted to come on here and say is it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. If you have not achieved your goals in 4 weeks, guess what? You keep going, because it is, I've heard so many people have great success. This isn't going to hurt you. This is to help you. Somebody said, Stephanie, a long, long time ago when we ventured on this, they would say, you're going to kill your kids. You're going to hurt yourself. Well, I said to them, so what you're telling me is you want me to stop eating this way that I've been eating, even though I feel phenomenal, even though I've had great success, and you want me going back and eating pizza, chicken nuggets, corn dogs, and Debbie snacks. That's what you're saying. Like, you're saying that's healthy. And they would go, oh, you're right. So it's a mental shift, right? It's a discipline shift. It's going, I want this. I need this. I'm not going to quit after 4 weeks. You can do it, but you have to be committed. You can do it. And if things aren't working, then you might have to tweak it. Some people can't have dairy. And so guess what? You have to cut it. Some people overdo the nuts. So ask questions. This isn't a one size fits all. This isn't a, hey, you and I do the same thing. Your macros might look different. You might want to use a product that I love. I use a product. Not everybody wants to use a product, and that's okay. And so all I want to tell you is this. Involve your family. Do the best that you can. Don't give up too early. Get rid of your scale. Ask questions. I'm here to help. And I think that's it. So I may have got like a little intense, but I just feel like it is so beneficial for so many people. And we live in a fast-paced society. And so a lot of people want a quick fix. There's no quick fix. There isn't. And if you want this to last long-term like it has for our family going on 3 years, you have to stick with it. You have to be able to learn. You have to go, oh, that didn't work. I'm going to try something different. And you keep moving. So I hope that was helpful. If you're just tuning in, go back and watch, say where you're tuning in from, share with us what you're having for dinner, and get rid of your scale. That's all I have to say. Focus on how your clothes are fitting. And I hope that was an encouragement to you. Go watch the video from yesterday that I did about the cauliflower soup, because it is phenomenal. One of our favorites. Okay, that's it. That's all I've got. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.